What's up, guys? Bryan Lebo here with your June Las Vegas market update video. Well, even though we all know that the market's on fire, both the metrics and my personal experience out there starting to see some forms of stabilization. So today I'm going to discuss the normal analytics like we always do, and then I'm going to discuss the market in general in terms of how it plays into the overall economy. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, first up are last month's sales. Last month, we sold 2,986 homes. Now, at first glance, this is a 95% increase over last May. But remember, last May, we were in the middle of a quarantine, so this ultimately really means nothing. Now, one of the viewers last month had a great idea, which is to compare these numbers back to 2019. So let's look at that now. Compared to 2019, we're actually down 1.6%. Now here's a very bizarre observation I noticed. I've been personally tracking these numbers since 2012. This is the first May ever that sales were below April. In almost 10 years of tracking, we've never had a May worse than April for sales. Not only is this the first time it's happened, but more importantly, sales were down 10%, which is a pretty substantial number. To me, this is a very important statistic that I haven't heard anyone pick up on yet. Okay, let's see what effect this had on median home pricing. As you can see now, despite the dip in sales last month, we reached a new high of $385,000. This was almost a 3% gain in only 1 month. More incredible, this puts us up 22.4% over the median price the same time last year. 22%. That's a ridiculous and unsustainable number right there. Okay, next, let's check out the current inventory levels. On the screen now, you can see that for the second month in a row, we saw an actual increase in inventory finally. We went from just under 1,900 homes to just under 2,200 homes. This equated to a 16.5% increase in inventory in just 1 month. Now let's put this into context for a moment. 16% sounds like a huge number, but in reality, we only added 309 homes. When you put it that way, not so impressive, right? Okay, last but not least, let's check in on housing absorption. This tells us how different price ranges are performing. Now, the higher the percentage, the less available homes there are for buyers to purchase. First up, let's look at under $250,000. As you can see, absorption dropped from 77% last month to 74%. Next is $250,000 to $500,000. Now, this is by far the vast majority of homes on the market. This too dropped from 73% to 72%. Next up are homes from $500,000 to $750,000. Again, we dropped from 57 to 56. Next, we have $750,000 to $1 million. While the number of homes both on the market and under contract grew, it remained at 50% level. Now let's talk luxury. First is $1 million to $1.5 million. This saw the largest drop of all segments. This went from 54% absorption down to 49%. Finally, we have over 1.5 mil. This too dropped last month by 4%, making it the second worst performing segment at 28%. All right, so what does all this mean and where the hell are we going? May was the worst performing month for sales in over a decade. Median prices are still accelerating, however, and inventory is finally starting to stabilize and actually, starting to increase a little bit. As a result, the saturation levels are finally starting to loosen up a tiny bit. So here's what's up. While the market's still on fire, I think we're finally going to start to see a little bit of a downward trend. Not much, but I think things are going to cool off a tiny bit. Typically, sales tend to start declining in August, which reflects into the September numbers. Now, while the market is cooling off a bit, just realize it's still absurd. Instead of 10 offers on every property, there's like 5 to 7, let's say. It's still terribly competitive out there. Every week I see homes selling for such absurd prices, it's just hard to fathom. What I've seen out there is this. Some neighborhoods are lagging others in appreciation, but once your neighbor sells for some absurd price, that tends to set the bar. Now, at that price point, it tends to motivate other owners to consider selling in your neighborhood. Some sleepy neighborhoods have recently become active due to some very high sales. But a lot of what's going on in the market right now is crap, and considerably overpriced crap. Some buyers pay, sometimes it's just never going to happen for these sellers. My hope is that we manage to reach a point soon of plateau. Obviously, prices can't continue to increase this much forever. The higher and longer this continues, the more danger we run into of a larger correction in the market. But most people tend to think on a micro level. Most people here tend to look at real estate in Las Vegas in a vacuum. It's important to look at a macro level. While Las Vegas is seeing wonderful appreciation, we're not even close to the top in the country here. This is occurring virtually everywhere. Many places are substantially worse than what we're experiencing. Not to mention the economy just overall. Now, according to CNBC a few days ago, used car prices went up 7.3% last month. Used cars. When does that ever happen? In the past 12 months, used cars have gone up almost 30%. Almost everything is seeing inflation right now, from lumber to vinyl flooring, even to like chlorine tabs for your pool. Everything just costs more money right now. A few days ago, Tesla arbitrarily raised their price on the Model S $10,000, just because they could. So, unlike 2008, realize that housing is simply the effect of inflation right now. Housing itself is not the only problem, and also unlikely to crash underneath its own weight. All right, well, that's it for this month. Please click the like button for me and or smash that subscribe button if you're feeling generous. Have a wonderful June, stay cool, and I'll see you guys all next month.